Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing the Hornby The Great Gathering A4 2013 to 2023 10th anniversary A4 Bittern. So to begin with, we'll take a look at the box, see what we get inside the box, have a good look at in detail of the logo, and then give it a bit of a running at the end of the video. If you like to skip to certain sections of the video, look in the description below and there will be timestamps informing you of what point of the video you need to move to watch certain parts that you may want to watch. Right, let's get into looking at the box. Having a look at the box now, we're already presented straight away with a completely and brand new different looking box compared to the standard Hornby steam locomotives. Featuring a big picture here showing you of A4 Bittern, exactly what you'll get inside, so you know exactly what the locomotive should be looking like. We've got the Hornby 00 logo over there, showing you that it's obviously one of their special locos, featuring a die-cast boiler, as the original Hornby 00 locomotives would have been. Over here to the left, we've got the Great logo, telling you obviously this is a limited edition loco celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Great Gathering, which occurred in 2013 at York, when all 6 A4s gathered together for the first time since probably BR days to celebrate Mallard's record-breaking 126 mph record-breaking run. We've also got here Hornby's website link there. We've got the R number here, which is R30264, and also telling you right next to it that Bittern's configuration is a 462, indicating it is a Pacific style locomotive, and it is in the LNER livery and is an A4 named Bittern and numbered 4464. Now you can see oddly here on the right, well, not oddly that it's a limited edition, but oddly enough the number of Bitterns that were produced was 510, which may sound odd me saying this. It's an odd number, even though it technically is an even number. But it's an odd number for a limited edition to be, because you'd more assume it would be either 500 or maybe something 50. But limited edition's a limited edition. If we then move the box onto its side, you can see a great number of detail here, basically giving you a history of the A4s, and then obviously down here a bit more telling you a bit about Bittern's history, where it was painted into silver ink for a brief period, and Dominion of New Zealand, which was the main reason Bittern was put back into Garter Blue, and then was repainted and renumbered back into being Bittern herself, ready for the Great Gathering at York. Feel free to pause the video, just have a quick read through all that, and then we'll carry on. Then moving on to the back of the box, it's basically just a bit of a difference now, because we're no longer having Hornby's history on the back of the box. We've got on the back of the box basically telling you in multiple different languages, things like it's a detailed model, not suitable for children, etc, etc. So it's quite different to your contemporary Hornby steam locomotive boxes. We have got over here it telling you it's DCC ready and the minimum radius for which this locomotive will operate under. Right, let's take a look inside the box and see what you get with the locomotive. Now that we've opened up the box and got everything out, let's see what came inside the box. Now, starting off with this, since this is a limited edition and I was obviously mentioning the number of limited edition models before, we have got here it telling you how many or what number this specific model is out of 510. Now, this is quite a fairly low number of 57 out of 510 models, which is quite good, and obviously it would be brilliant if it was number 1, but you never know. And then over here we've got the signature from Simon Kohler himself, as this was one of the last models he would have signed off on before his departure from Hornby a few years ago. Then obviously you've got your picture again of Bittern, your emblem over here telling you about the Great Gathering, that it's a limited edition, and your Hornby 00 logo over there as well. We've then got a bit of the locomotive's history again here, like what we saw on the outside of the box. Just putting that to a side. I have gone and fitted quite a bit of the detailing so we can have a look in closer detail, but the remaining stuff is we've got flanged wheels here, which can be used to swap out the flangeless wheels underneath the cab on the locomotive. Obviously, I'd only recommend putting them on if you've got very smooth curves on your layout. You've also got this beautiful coupling here, which features guard irons here on the side. So it's a good fit for the front of the locomotive to not obviously have to remove certain bits of details like the guard irons. You also get this beautiful headboard here, if it'll focus, which obviously all 6 A4s did wear during the Great Gathering at York. Obviously featuring the Hornby logo at the top because Hornby sponsored the event. You have then got this little information sheet here showing you how to fit things like your cylinder drain cocks just here, how to fit your vacuum pipes on the back of the tender, and also how to remove the flangeless wheels and put the flange ones on just over here. And then nothing on the back. Right, if we just take a bit of a look at the locomotive here, as you can see, it does look really stunning. In this nice garter blue livery with the nice red wheels. Now it is all die-cast body, which you can certainly feel in this room with how cold it is. It does feature sprung metal buffers, as you can see. It does have a all metal whistle, which is to be expected on the cost of these locomotives, and a separately fitted all metal hand railing running across the top of the boiler there. Moving towards the front of the locomotive, you can see the nice gold leaf looking printed number there on the front, 4464, and also the other detailing which you do have to fit on the front, the vacuum pipes and the chain links on there at the front. Moving on further down, obviously you've got your warning stickers there. Again, your nicely tampo printed 4464 number there and the builder's plate underneath. Moving to the cab, as you can see, very nicely painted with all the certain valves, pipes, even the dials up there with little dots for the numbers and the gauges themselves. As you can see, there is cab crew fitted. Each model comes with their own cab crew, which as you can see you can fit as they are in the seated position, and they do look rather nice, as you can see here. Around here at the back, as you can see, we've got the new way of connecting locomotive to tender, which is this nice little metal bracket here. So if I just move quickly onto the tender, as you can see here, there's this little black bit here at the bottom, which is where the metal plate just slides into there and is locked in firmly with this little pin here to hold your locomotive very strongly to the tender. Now on the back, obviously there's not much painted detail on the tender inside the cab, but you've got a few bits of words like here for on and off, a little bit of description there. You've obviously got your handbrake, your water scoop, etc. And here is the door to go down the corridor, as you can see, spanning all the way down to the door here where you'd have a crew change. You've got pretty good detailed coal. Obviously it's not the best, but it's a lot better than it has on previous steam locomotives, just clearly showing we're getting to a more detailed, even just plastic coal load, which is much better. Moving on to the side, as you can see again, the beautifully tampo printed gold leafed LNER, which obviously isn't actual gold but is there to represent it, with obviously the beautiful shadow looking of the letters painted in the nice red and black around the letters. We've then got separately fitted handrails down the sides here, and obviously on the back of the tender as well. We have yet again got the nicely printed on warning stickers here on both sides, informing you obviously there is overhead live wires. We have got sprung buffers again on both sides of the tender, and we've got a nice NEM coupling there as well. We've also got a nice glazed window here for letting a bit of light into the corridor itself. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get the locomotive down on the track and test its slow speed and all that, and then get onto a bit of a running session for the locomotive. With the A4 now on the tracks, let's give it a bit of a slow speed test and see how she performs. Now we will be using 3 different speed tests for this. We'll be using speed step 14, speed step 28 and speed step 1 to 8. We will start at 14 and build our way up slowly to 1 to 8. Right, let's put her on speed 1 on speed step 14. Now obviously we know that speed step 14 will most likely be the worst for it starting and all that, which there is a bit of a jud when it starts, but it does run very smoothly at slow speed on just 1 on speed step 14, which is a good sign. Which is to be expected on 14, because obviously it's meant for people who just want it to go and stop whenever they want. Moving on to 28 now, should be slightly better now. Now, there doesn't look to be much difference in the starting, there just still seem to be a bit of a jud, but it does seem very good and a bit slower on the old slow speed. If we just bring it back now. Yeah, there does seem to be a bit of a speedy jump when the locomotive is starting. Other than that, its slow speed is very good and there is no judder from anything else. And then let's just get on to speed step 1 to 8, which should be the most impressive. And that's certainly right. Already the acceleration on speed step 1 was far nicer on 1 to 8. It just glided slowly then. However, there does look to be a bit of, on speed step 1, we're now on to speed 2, but there does seem to be a bit of a judder when it's just on speed 1 on 1 to 8. Other than that, it does seem to be performing very well. As you can see, obviously, speed step 1 to 8 is clearly the way to go. Right, with the locomotive showing us how good it is at slow speed, which is fairly good, obviously the best at 1 to 8. Well, obviously you want to be not too low on 1 to 8 on your speed, because it does show a bit of a judder on speed 1, but is more or less reduced on 2 and above. Right, let's get on to having the locomotive having a run around the layout. And that's it from me talking, so thank you very much for watching this video. I do hope you have enjoyed and will consider liking and subscribing for more future content. Right, let's see how Bittern performs running on the layout.